Hey guys, what's going on? Lucky here. So I have not done a video in a while, just like a week or something. I guess it's not really that long. And so thought I'd give you the hoedown. What's going on here? My buddy Seth's car's here. It's a cool little truck, a little blown small block in a K5 Blazer. Some people have commented about the finish on the. Let me see if I can get this thing to stop flashing and getting all hot. That should be a video lock there. So they have been making comments about the finish on the Chevelle, and the ho diddly is, man, look at these wheels. So Kaylin, Tech Center Kaylin on Instagram came over with his little polish ball and some Never Dull and some Mother's polish. I think it was Mother's, and went crazy on these wheels. They look brand new. And I'm sorry, I got a little displaced right there. So they've been getting comments about the finish, the appearance of the Chevelle, and it makes perfect sense because it's still not gloss, but it's kind of in between satin and gloss. And what I ended up using on this is called, see if I can remember it, boiled linseed oil, and I got it at Home Depot. I think it was 12 or 15 bucks for a gallon. You don't need anywhere near a gallon. I just went crazy. This is what it used to look like. I didn't do the inside of this jam so people can see the difference. And the gig is that this is actually a paint that was mixed up. You can hear it. It's really porous. You see a little bit of oil seeping out of there. If you ever touch it, when you got oil or anything on your hand, it stains. Every time it rained, it looked crazy. I was actually eating an Italian sandwich from Quiznos. Shout out to Quiznos. Up on the front fender, and the oil and vinegar had run down the car. I think you can actually still see it even underneath this. No, it looks like it's pretty close. You can see it a little bit right there. See if I can catch it. But anyway, it had run down the whole side of the car. I just figured I'd get home and wipe it off with some lacquer thinner. Yeah, that didn't fly. So that was on there forever. And then there was all kinds of oil marks and fingerprints and grease and every other thing all over this car for me working on it. Just noticed I must have hit something there. Oh no. Just a little Kaylin residue. That guy can clean some stuff up. He went crazy up here on the grill, headlight doors. All this stuff is brand new. He gave it to me. Actually, I bought the car from him, and he gave me all the trim and molding and everything that he had been stockpiling forever. So, yeah, that turned out pretty cool. Oh, the linseed oil is in my not fireproof cabinet. The funny thing about this stuff is someone told me it was flammable. I was like, it's not flammable. Maybe it is flammable. So that's what it looks like. Clean strip boiled linseed oil. And some stuff in Spanish. Is it leaking? No, not leaking, but I just definitely dropped it. Let's see if there's a caution on here. Importante. So here's the thing. Important, carefully read the directions, blah, 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 blah. Storage, disposal. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about the stuff being flammable. But here's what I did. I used just regular towels, the tack cloth style stuff. You buy it, the cheap ones. There's one right there. And I dumped the stuff on the towel, made a mess on the floor, no big deal. Just wipe it up. And then proceeded to wipe the whole car down. Started at the top, worked my way down. Just kind of careful around this because the stuff, you put it in one spot, it starts to creep over the edge. So I just wiped it all down and it soaked right in. So, which was all fine and dandy. I think a perfect example of that is, I don't get what is up with this camera. Perfect example is you can look right at the edge here. I didn't go around the edge with that. I just hit it on the outside and it creeps around the edge. So it's fine, it's soaking right in. I'm cool with that. So when it was all said and done, somebody told me to be careful that the the stuff was flammable, and there was some sort of a chemical reaction with when it comes in contact with air. And I just kind of said, yeah, sure, whatever. Threw all the rags on the floor. First they were on the workbench, which is a mess. And then I threw them on the floor. And then I was thinking, you know what, that just to be careful, I put them over in the corner on a piece of concrete next to a brick wall so that nothing bad could happen. And I came back the next day, and the shop smelled like, I don't know, probably sesame seeds or sunflower seeds. And as the day went on, later in the day, I mean, literally at 5 o'clock, getting ready to close up, I go, man, I smell something that smells different than it did when I first got here. And I look over at the pile of rags, and it's smoking. So it's only 4 or 5 rags that weren't dripping, but they were saturated with the linseed oil, and they're smoking. So I put my hand on the top of it carefully, and it was warm. But then I see smoke start to come out from the middle. I was like, this is kind of weird. So I went down a couple of layers, and it was too hot to touch. It literally was about to spontaneously combust. So I kicked them all outside and hosed them down. But still, that's crazy. This is a great idea. I don't know how, smart an idea it is, but it's definitely seems like it's protecting it. You guys can keep a track of this on the Hotrod Powertour because it's going to get rained on, it's going to get hailed on. I'm going to drive through every mud hole I can find. And so we're going to see exactly how this holds up. But the crazy thing is, what about the people that have bought this and wiped down their cars with them and threw the rags? I mean, somebody had to burn down their garage with this stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. But anyway, so that's the deal. Car's all together, all cleaned up. The new dash is installed. I have the new AC unit, which I still have to button up the heater control and everything right there. It's got a blend door in it, or a heater control valve there. I got the smaller unit. It's only smaller in size. It's just as cold in the car. It looks like it's a little more period correct, which, yeah, it makes zero sense that I have a touchscreen dashboard and a period correct AC unit. And space age looking shifter, but what the hell. So yeah, dashboard's patched together, still not done with it, but it's looking okay. And ACs, and I'm going to tuck all that stuff up, hook up a couple heater hoses. What else have I done? Kayla went crazy on the rims. I got the bare 6-piston 13-inch brake calipers or rotors and 6-piston calipers on there. Changed out the coils. Got the Excel coils, which are really quality, just like stock. They're not symmetrical, they don't look exact, but they work great. I had a set of coils fail, a set of the MSD coils failed, and the problem was not the MSD coil. The problem was some of the wires did not go on to the coil all the way, the ones kind of underneath the blower drive in the back. I couldn't really get them to go on all the way. I thought I heard them click, but they could have been off a little bit. And if you increase the dwell, if the dwell is too big, it overworks the coil and burns them up. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my fault, unless anybody from Holly is watching this or MSD, at which point, yeah, it wasn't my fault. I was just driving down the street minding my own business. But either way, I got some new ones. I'm pretty jazzed on them. They look fine. I had done other wires before and tried to stash them real low, and ended up they were just too close to the heat and starting to go south. This is probably going to be the last power tour for this car in this configuration. I'm going to pull the motor out. I'm going to move the pedal assembly over to the left a little bit more. Let's see, I have the clutch on one side of the steering column and the brake pedal on the other. I'm going to put everything on the left side of the steering column and then build a pedal that goes underneath the steering column for comfort. That'll give me more room for the gas pedal and be able to run a taller valve cover. So there's that. Also, I'm going to tie my faux engine cage into the roll bar, and I figure, before it was like, I want to be able to take this thing back apart and keep it kind of streetable. And yeah, that's all by way of the dodo. This thing's just gonna go sicker than sick, or sicker than it is. So what else? What else is going on? Power steering's fixed. Oh, I got that strange 411. I've been driving this thing very gently. They say you want to put 500 miles on it 50, 100 miles at a time, put some heat into it, let it cool down, no hard accelerations. So yeah, I've done that. And I've actually been trying to be real good about that. So yeah, the first couple legs of the Powertour will still be nice and mellow to get a nice polish on that differential, on the ring gear and everything. But yeah, right now I just got one small exhaust leak I need to fix because I'm just tired of smelling it. And then that's it. This thing's going to be going to go in the Hotrod Powertour. So that's it. I'm going to post what days I'm going to be, if anybody gives a heck, what days I'm going to be at the, I think it's the FI Tech stage is what they're calling it. They're sponsored by FI Tech. I think I'm supposed to be up there 4 days, but honestly, I know Jeff, he's the MC. I'm going to be up there probably pretty much every day. If you see me on Hotrod Powertour, anywhere, wherever, make sure you honk, wave, shout me a holla, pull me over, say hi, do something, whatever. I'm going to be appropriating a bunch of stuff from the studio today, or before I leave, I'll have it stashed in the trunk of my car. And I'm going to try to get some stickers from all the different shows, stickers from Hot Rod Garage, and any t-shirts I can appropriate. I'm going to try to just get a bunch of swag and stash it in here. So if I got it, you're welcome to it. But if I don't, yeah, I got busted. That's it, you guys. See you later.